we'll talk about some of the things that we can do, but those are the main thing that typically happens with children under 3 or 4, where they have chronic ear infection and they have all these things that's happening, and that's when that's the normal treatment for them. So with the inner ear disorders that happen in adult, so when you have a problem in inner ear, that can cause things like dizziness, vertigo, nausea, of course, hearing loss, tinnitus, which I see a lot in my office, ringing in the ear. But these symptoms may differ from people to people. So just because you have that doesn't mean you're going to have all these things. But the common link with inner ear infection and injuries or trauma to the upper cervical spine. Hear me right. When we talk about all these inner ear infection, the most common thing and the link between all of these diseases I just mentioned, when we talk about dizziness, vertigo, nausea, hearing loss, ringing in the ear, tinnitus, all these things is a trauma or injury to the upper cervical spine. So, well, my kids didn't have any trauma and injury. Do you know that the birth process is traumatic? I mean, kudos for those of you that did it naturally, because then they give the kid a greater chance. But a lot of time nowadays, we get the C-section, we get the aid with the suction, we get all these things. Birth in itself is trauma. Hence why a lot of kids may have chronic ear infection because of the birth process. Again, my kids, they're fortunate because the moment they came out, as soon as I got my hands on them, I checked the atlas. Again, I wasn't checking because they had any pain or any symptoms, but just to make sure as they came out, that the atlas is good. And I continue to check them to this day, making sure that the atlas is properly aligned, because that alignment is the connection between brain and body.